I think men should have like a chastity cock entrapment thing until they turn like 22. So I don't think men are mentally equipped for sex.
No.
I think young boys are a little bit sick in the head. That's my take. I think a lot of boys would be better off waiting.
Absolutely, 100%.
Add 5 to whatever age you're really going for that like virginity loss. Just add 5. I think they could be better off.
But our next topic, still part of sex. And how do you or should you introduce sex toys with your partner in the bedroom? Do you think it's, how do you ask her or ask him without offending them? You know, like, hey, like, should we use butt plugs? Hey, should we bring in the vibrator? Hey, like, how do you guys go about it with your partners or ex-girlfriends? Did you ever do it?
I try to have lots of conversations with a sexual partner. I think that's a lot of the fun of having a partner, right? Especially when the relationship is fresh and it's new.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the fun is just trying to figure out what you both like, what you both enjoy, what you both want to try. I mean, obviously there's a conversation, right? Like you can't just there's a certain level of relationship you have to get to where you're just gonna whip out a sex toy in the bedroom as surprise. We're using the Fister 9000 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I think the right way. Right way is like, you guys sit down for some morning coffee, get some buttered toast, and you guys start chatting, and then you're just like, hey, how would you feel about introducing some sex toys? And then the conversation ensues from there. That's the right approach.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty good.
I would say not even coffee. I would just, anytime, I guess, like when you guys are just sitting there.
I'm saying your morning routine. When you sit down with the person you love and have a quick conversation, in that moment, that's the time to have the conversation.
Now, what are the things you guys wouldn't want to use? Like are you guys okay with like maybe buying those toys that they can walk around with it inside of them and you control it with your phone and make her fucking go crazy while you're in public? Is like if she wanted to do that, would you guys feel like that's a little weird or exciting?
I've played around with that. It is fun and exciting. So
yeah, that's fire.
Good times.
But you had on the underwear that vibrated your booty hole?
Mm-hmm. No, not me.
Not because that's a thing now.
People claim that anus is very, very easily pleasured.
I'd put on like underwear that vibrated. I'd put on some underwear that vibrated.
You have or you will?
No, I could and I would if I was introduced. Like that shit had to be sanitary or like brand new out the box.
What do you mean?
I'm not using the last nigga's underwear, right?
I'd never recommend sharing sex toys between partners. Like those things they get thrown out.
Oh, I mean, some of the stuff you can clean and sanitize, right? Like so.
Some things, but like still, like if something goes inside someone, I don't want to use that on another person. Something just feels wrong about.
Imagine Tony, like you could sanitize a condom and just put it.
That's a different.
You could sanitize it.
A butt plug, you can sanitize.
There's
a
limits.
dildo,
there are
you
things
sanitize.
that even if you could sanitize, you just still wouldn't do it. That's Mateo's point. And sex toys meets that category.
He pulls out the butt plug and it's a discolored.
It's a white butt plug and it's been used so much it's now beige. It's like,
Hey, look where it's going into. You know what I mean? So, but,
no, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Listen. Unless agreed upon, I do not suggest you use dildos or whatever the fuck you suggest on using between partners. Unless she says it's okay, or your partner or he says it's okay. If you're going to have sex with one person or another person, don't use the same dildo on two different people.
I'm saying your fucking person you're having sex with, like Putro's wife.
Not everybody is
your girlfriend. Your girlfriend. Y'all, it's just y'all two.
Not everybody
using your
is
toys.
married.
Now, I know. Even that's what I'm saying. You two as well. Like your girlfriend. Like Like you're using that with your girlfriend. I'm not saying get a stranger and fuck her with all the dildos you have with that you fucked with other chicks.
They're saying that if you have a girlfriend and you have some sex toys, and then let's say that relationship doesn't work out, and then you get another girlfriend,
let her take
and you
those.
start using sex toys, that the sex toys that you're using in this new relationship should be new sex toys.
Facts. I would agree with that.
Okay, so what are you disagreeing with?
I just seems like Doughboy wasn't.
I think we're all just loudly agreeing without realizing it.
Welcome
Tony's
to a
out here fighting
cisgender
against the
podcast.
agreement.
As what? I don't know what he just said, but yeah. I mean, like, so everybody's okay with bringing in toys then, vibrators and whatnot, and use them.
So when I was a young man, very new to sex, there was some amount of like, I don't know, anxiety or something with sex toys. Like that, I don't know. There was like a fear of them almost. Like, what if this thing that can vibrate is way better than what I can do because I can't compete with a machine, right? But I've gotten over that. I've gotten older. I've been like, fuck it, whatever.
No, yeah, I think that's probably
I think that fear is still warranted though. Have you not seen those dildos that are like that fucking big? It's like once you go that big, I don't think my cock is pleasing you. I don't think it's gonna work. Logistically, I don't think the hole is gonna work the same way. I just don't think that if you're going for that, I don't think a regular dick is gonna be pleasing.
That's a thick dick.
It does,
like,
and
pause.
it will. The
Like,
woman's
there's no-
vagina, probably one of the most amazing things on earth. What it does, how it forms, how it shapes, how it could tighten up, how it could be loose, how it could be everything you want it to be. I love it.
I don't think you
it's pretty
understand
cool.
though. If you're using a dildo that big in your vagina constantly throughout the week,
Yeah,
he's saying
that doesn't mean
he-
if you stop, that her vagina is now open forever.
no,
Yeah,
That's not the claim.
that's not what
I
I'm
think
saying.
the claim is that if you do use that, I don't think you could just hot swap to a regular dick.
No.
I think there needs to be a rehabilitation period. That's all.
Not always the truth. I've been in situations like that, and
Or you took out the fucking mountain's
big-ass
cock and you just
dildo.
dipped yours right
I
away.
didn't.
and it
I
just-
didn't have a mountain cock. I had other things, and it just for me and her, it was enjoyable. We all came. It was a lot of fun.
I bet the mountain has a very average sized penis, but it looks very small because he's so huge.
Big.
That's a fact. Because I think the Hulk got like a little pinky dick, probably.
He's just got a man sized penis,
Yeah, that'd
but
be
he's
funny.
20 feet tall. So
It looks like a little belly button, like a little Audi.
But yeah, I could see people being nervous about them as well, Mateo. Like if you're bringing a vibrator, I'm sorry, our tongues and our dicks can't do what a vibrator does. Just can't. Like even, same sex, like lesbians and stuff, they use that. Like that shit's a different fucking feeling. Like you ain't nothing matching a fucking supersonic fucking speed of vibrations to a fucking clit. Like there's nothing we can do to that.
Yeah, I just think that it's a different sensation.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's not like it doesn't need to be compared. Like, yeah, it can't do that, but also,
well, sex isn't a competition. I think that's the mindset that I broke out of. Like, sex is not a competition. I don't need to know how many. I don't need to know like, oh, how many times did you and your ex have sex, and
that's
how many
a
times did you
weird-ass
come or anything like
question.
that. Because the fuck does it matter? It doesn't matter. It's not a competition.
Yeah, that's very weird.
But these are like young man like anxieties and fears, I think, that people go through with sex.
You know what's crazy? It's like when you do the trifecta, right? You got your penis in there, you got the vibrator on the shit, and you got the butt plug in. That right there is a whole nother level of orgasmic pleasure that a woman goes crazy for. You got all three things going. They love that shit.
I don't know if you could just blanket say that, but
What do you mean? If a girl's down,
I think people like different things.
No,
And
yeah,
I think
but-
that there are people that would experience that will go too much.
And there's some people that would look at that and they'd be like, It's vanilla. That's
Not enough.
That's so tame.
Yeah.
Because that's grade school shit. No, that's true. That's
They
true.
want
But I'm
that,
saying if you
they
haven't,
want that shit to be like a valley.
they want that shit's fucking.
Think about it like if you were someone that smoked weed every day, and then you couldn't get high any.
Jesus, Mateos.
I'm sure all the people who smoke weed every day aren't getting high. I'm absolutely sure of it.
I don't think they are. This is my take, all
Not at
right?
all.
I think people that smoke every single day, I think the level of highness that they're experiencing is so low that they just might as well quit smoking. That's what I think. That's my full take.
Solid take.
It saved them a lot of money, hypothetically. So if you want to save money, quit smoking that fucking gas.
It would save your lungs. It would save the money.
I saw somebody
And-
pull out a Chinese man's lungs today that smoked nonstop every day for the last 30 years.
Cigarettes or weed?
Cigarettes. She chain smoked cigarettes.
Don't matter that much.
It's pretty much the same, right? You're pushing smoke through the lungs.
I don't know.
There's some amount of tar. I don't know
Yeah.
what the straight up comparison is. Oh, honestly,
I think we're gonna learn. I think we're like in the we're in the generation of people like in the next like 20 years. Some of these lifelong bud smokers that just smoke weed every day, they're gonna start dying, and we're gonna start learning that the miracle drug of marijuana, that it heals you, it takes away headaches, it cures, you know, the crazy list, that there are going to be some negative impacts. But.
Oh, yeah. No, I know a doctor that deals with lungs. She does open chest surgery, all that shit. She just flat out told me, like, you need to stop smoking. Promise me you'll stop smoking. You don't need to be smoking. She says, eat your weed. Get it edibles. Eat that shit. She's like, stop smoking. Yeah, she says she opens up people's chests all the time to do transplants, all sorts of shit. She says the lungs that she sees is like, it's fucking crazy what smoking can do to your lungs. So maybe I'll be the poster child, knock on wood, not one day.
Do you think there's some kind of smoking sex toy?
Damn.
yes,
Like a hot
I've seen.
box? Like
I've seen it.
yeah.
I have seen a bong that was also a dildo somehow.
What?
Oh.
That's lit.
It's 100% a thing that exists.
So they
There
took
All right,
it.
here's the question, though. Would you hit that?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, would he
Yeah,
hit it?
someone
As,
call it
as
the
she
dong.
hitting it?
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
you
you can
Would you hit
use
the
it.
dong? Would you
It
take
is-
a big hit of the dong, though?
Yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure you can use both like purposes at the same time.
That's wild and awesome at the same time.
Could you?
Shove it,
Because
put it
have
in,
you guys heard of
and
the?
then, and then
Have you
putting
guys?
it back
Have you
in.
guys ever heard of the chindo?
Oh, the chin dildo? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So like,
on it.
what if you could wear the bong dildo like that, and then you could just be doing your thing with it, but you're just taking hits. You're taking these big old dong rips
awesome.
while actively using using it as a chindo.
I like the idea behind the chindo, but if I caught any glimpse of myself, like in a mirror, wearing that thing, I would not be able to perform. I would be too busy laughing at how stupid I looked.
So you wouldn't be able to take yourself seriously. That was my point.
Yeah, that shit
know,
was
yeah.
funny as fuck.
I
I've
like
been
the idea of
watching-
it though. Like it seems like a good way to offer, some more fun in the bedroom, but there's no way you can look cool wearing a chindo.
You gotta do that with the lights off. For
It's like
real.
you're
I've
like a
been,
fucking with like the Chilean miners, but you got the,
Chilean miners.
you got the fucking thing on your chin, and you're just like,
What about
think,
those?
like
What
you
about
chilling and shit? Like,
I think I caught a case of the black lung pop.
what about those ones that it's like a double dick, like it's like you put your dick through the hole, and then at the bottom of it is like a dildo, so you can do anal and vaginal.
I didn't even
Vagina
know
pleasing.
that was that. I'll be into that.
Yeah, it does that, and it.
oh,
what
okay? You're talking. It's like a
VP.
dick attachment. Is
Yeah.
what you're saying. It's not a
your
double
dick's
dick.
here, and then it's a thing that has you slip
I
your
got
dick,
the
and then
switch on my
underneath,
dick.
and then underneath is a dildo. So you're fucking both holes at the same time.
Nah, that's fire.
Well, it gives you the double dick. It's not an actual double dick.
Yeah. It gives you a double dick. And you can choose the size and the width of it. Like,
Have you guys ever seen that extendo dick?
You talking about the sleeve that goes on top of your dick?
They put a dick on top of the dick.
Shit is
so
crazy.
They're not getting.
That's crazy.
They don't experience physical pleasure themselves. I'm sure there's probably some transference of
I would imagine it's almost like a fleshlight kind of feeling.
It has to be,
right?
yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, but I feel like it's so gripped that I don't think they're getting feeling.
Maybe it's just like a super extra thick condom.
I mean, it's a super extra thick dick. The shit is massive, those things.
Yo, that's hot. Yo,
You can give yourself
the
extra.
literally turn your
I got
little dick.
switches and extendos on my dick. I got the double dick with the dick extendo.
I got the
Nigga, I'm
extendo
out.
clip.
Nigga, what?
I got the double dick 2000. Nah.
This is like those gun dudes that they get the ARs and they just fully customize those things.
But it's your dick. They even got. You ever heard of the cock ring, where it like squeezes your cock so it keeps the blood there?
Have you ever
So it
heard
never-
of a cock ring?
No, I'm being dead ass
Like
serious.
the
I don't
most
know if it's-
The
basic
most
shit.
vanilla shit.
I know, but I'm saying our listeners. There's some people out there who probably don't know what the fuck it is. Like, you guys got to
Do
be.
you put your balls in the cock ring?
I never used the
I've
cock ring.
got a
so-
recommendation for all our 1UP listeners out there. Take your partner to a sex shop. Walk around. Find something fun. Find something weird and give it a try.
I got a better idea. Take your partner to a sex shop. Find the computer. Look up the One on Podcast on YouTube and hit the subscribe button, okay? We need them likes. We need them listens. We need them views. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You already know the spiel.
Should we make our own 1UP dildos? 1UP?
I already said we need cock rings. But the cock
I'm
ring
afraid
is
of a metal cock
is
ring.
my mouth.
Have you guys
In
seen
the
those metal
packaging-
cock rings?
Metal cock
Metal?
rings?
Yeah, I
I've
can't
never
do
seen
that.
that.
They're too permanent for me.
Nope.
I've never seen
No,
that.
thank you.
I am scared enough of like wearing rings because I've watched some videos about people getting like degloved.
Yeah, that's just.
I would assume there's some kind of like similar situation that could happen with a cock ring.
It's like a contraption with like two holes that are like two rings, so to speak. And you tuck your balls into one and you put your cock in the other, and then you hope that eventually you'll come down
Oh.
to get
Yeah,
it out,
that's-
you know?
That seems very painful.
Because the whole point of a cock ring is to keep your shit hard.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, 'cause
they have
once
the
you're-
jelly rings, the little
Well, yeah,
jelly
but
expandable
once the blood starts flowing and everything gets engorged, then it gets really tight, you know?
That's
And
what I'm saying.
then-
So
then-
how do you calm down if it's supposed to keep it hard?
Well, I think you gotta come and then you gotta hope.
Damn. The hope
You could do
is
what
the
he did in the
scary part.
wood. He had such massive blue balls that he was pouring fucking ice cold. He was putting ice water on his cock to bring it down. You know? So,
I don't know. I'm good off cock rings. But the cock sleeve, I've never seen that shit. I've seen it online, but I've never seen it in person at a sex shop or anything like that. That shit is wild. I guess they're just
you
trying
just
to.
walk in to see the sex shop man and be like, "Yo, you got that extendo dick?" And he'll go, "Yeah, it's hidden back there." You know, the men are so insecure they don't want to see it. You know.
It sucks too, though, right? Because it's like they make those for, you know, guys who can't, I guess, who can't please the woman as what they want to be pleased by a bigger cock, maybe. So
I
they
think
do that.
I think they make those things to play on dudes' insecurities. Kind of like the whole like the penis pill market. It's all bullshit. There's not a pill that's going to make your dick bigger, but you can make money off of dudes' insecurities because dudes have a lot of insecurities. People have a lot of insecurities in general, but guys got a lot of insecurities about their penis. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
People make fun of people's penis. All these girls, when they make fun of people's penises, it's like, damn, like the man was born with that. It's not like he chose that penis length. Like, you know what I mean? Some guys are well blessed. You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know, what story were you saying earlier though with the crusted woman or some shit? Like, you know, everybody has different. Some girls got extra meat, some girls don't. Some can squirt. They're squirting now. Is that actual pee? Yes.
It is absolutely pee.
100%. Now,
I don't think it's pee.
I've heard that it comes from a similar thing, and there's some amount of urine, but I don't think it's all pee.
There's some urine in that shit.
But I am not an expert
Oh,
on this.
you foolish men.
You ran into a squirter though?
I googled it,
Nigga,
and it's piss.
Absolutely,
I did not know
100%. I've been engulfed. All right, I've tasted it. All right, that's piss. All right? You guys are fucking.
Have you tasted a lot of piss in your life that you knew immediately?
I've
that it
tasted enough piss in my life to know, right? Just the right amount of times.
You go to Pee-Pee's Playland, all you're doing is tasting piss.
Yeah,
This
apparently. Yeah.
So,
But
not all girls can squirt, or is that a myth?
no, not all girls can squirt. But I heard that girls can teach themselves how to squirt. I heard it's a part of like
squirt.
orgasm.
I think it's possible.
Orgasming, yeah.
I mean, what I'm reading, squirting is just the involuntary emission of your bladder. That's
Yeah,
it.
I can
So
believe that
it
every
is
girl has that
100%
power.
piss. It is your piss. Yeah. Also, the porno squirting shit's fake. They just give them a lot of times. They just do like a water enema. Like they just fill their vagina with water and then they squirt the water out, and then it's like, oh, look at all you know.
Yeah, them
and it's
shits
like,
is wild.
it's part of the whole like how porn is teaching inaccurate sexual situations pretty much. And you got all these young boys trying to recreate things that ain't really attainable.
Yeah.
But
I hope that I cannot, like, my child has like a normal sexual development, because I was introduced to porn very early. So like what I thought in my head would make me come was way beyond anybody's entry into like sex was. So, I mean, it is what it is. I also had sex very young and I was very open. So
What do you mean open?
I was out, like I was meeting people at a very young age, and I
okay.
became sexual and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people, they start early. Some people start late.
And there's no shame in it. I feel like the later you start, the better. I
Damn.
don't feel like any of the stuff that I went through really needs the next person, or if I could warn somebody, like there's nothing cool about any of that.
when you
Shit
say
is
the later
actually-
the better, you're just saying wait till you're mature to have
15,
sex.
16. Just wait till then. Just make it till prom and shit like that.
Damn, you
Stuff
was having
like that.
sex at like 12 years old?
Bro,
He's-
don't judge
he's
me
ta-
like
he's
that.
talked
all right?
about it. He's talked about it on the podcast
Yeah,
before.
but don't say it
Yeah?
in a judgy way, because that's very.
That's
like,
not
don't-
judge. I'm not
yeah.
judging you.
You asked the fucking question.
Yeah,
Alright.
the fuck?
But
Stop taking it in a
feel
judgy
judged,
ass
though.
way. No, I should judge you for all the other shit you say. I didn't judge you for any of that weird shit. I'm just saying
But anyways, yeah.
you started at a young age. That's it.
I
People-
had sex with a girl. I was 12. She was 17.
Damn. That's,
Yeah. That's just to tell you what type of person. You know what I mean? That was just like, it was a real fucked up situation. But yeah, that was my situation. That's how I
That's
lost
damn
my
near
virginity.
rape.
And I don't think.
that is indeed statutory rape.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, is it?
I mean,
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
I mean,
because
Doughboy
I've
doesn't
heard-
see it like
I've-
that.
No,
because
no, like I said,
mean-
I just finished saying I don't want anybody. I wouldn't want my son to go through that. And if I could advise anybody, but you kind of, you just laugh at your pain. It's not like hurting me or anything like that, but I wouldn't want anyone else to go through that. There's a time and place for everything. I would say even 14, 15 is the good. You know what I mean? If that's when you're going to do it, then do it then. But I feel like 12 is way too early. 10, 11, all those areas, that's way too early to start experiencing sex.
I think men should have like a chastity cock entrapment thing until they turn like 22. So I don't
What?
think men are mentally equipped for sex.
No.
I think young boys are a little bit sick in the head. That's my take. I think a lot of boys would be better off waiting
Absolutely, 100%.
Add 5 to whatever age you're really going for that like virginity loss. Just add 5. I think they could be better off.
I feel like those years are better spent on education, going to camp, having, if you want to have a girlfriend, there's nothing wrong with having a girlfriend, but you're going to get to first base, stuff like that, like kissing and stuff, and being girlfriends, boyfriends, and hugging each other and holding each other, middle school shit. But, I feel like when you're getting too sexual, I feel like that's too much. Like,
or elementary.
What?
Oh, this is a joke to him being 12 years old and having sex.
That's not elementary.
Isn't that elementary?
I tried to have sex when I was in elementary school.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
old.
I was very young. Similar to Doe. I had a number of experiences from a very young age. I was maybe like, I mean, it was stupid, right? But like me and one of my friends, we both got naked and I laid on top of her, and I was like, I think I was 7 or something.
Just laid on top of her.
And my mom bagged me, dude. It was terrible. It was horrible.
That's wild. Were y'all under the blanket at least?
Nah, I think I just naked. Just terrible.
Your mom must have flipped.
What I was doing. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. I'm like,
I would hope not. You were 7. This would be such a weird story if you were like, I was 7, I was a sex
I was smashing
god.
that shit. No, I just, it was terrible. And then my mom came in and I felt all shameful. People were yelling at me and it was in retrospect very funny. In the moment, I remember being very stressed.
Your mom
that
just bags you, bro.
Awful for absolutely everyone involved, even your parents. That poor girl you were with, it sounds awful for everyone.
Bro,
we continued being best friends, and I never did it again.
They had to call her parents.
Yeah, I knew her parents very well.
Shit.
Okay, her parents and my parents, very good friends. Okay, they came to the house. I remember. I felt the shame. I remember feeling like, yo, the number one rule in the hood is you don't bring a prom to your mama's crib. And I brought a prom to my mother's crib, all right? I felt the shame.
How did she feel?
Huh?
Did she feel the same shameful and shit like that too?
Of course.
I'm sure she did. I was too young. We never discussed it.
Yeah, at 7, you're not going to discuss the repercussions of shit like that. Your discussions about that event are going to be like, oh man, my parents are still mad about that. And that's the end of the discussion.
That's just funny. Like, they just literally thought to get naked and just lay on top of each other. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Her parents loved me. We were young. I grew up in her house and shit. We hung out all the time.
Kids do a lot of sexual exploring at young ages, man.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Young boys, like 1, 2, 3-year-old boys will masturbate. Like that's a thing. We've talked about this in the podcast before.
I remember a couple years later, I was like maybe 8 or 9, and it was a couple of friends, and there was like the one girl in the friend group, and we were all just like taking turns like kissing her and shit. It was terrible. But not terrible, It was just exploring, but it was just
heaven shit.
Not mature enough for these types of encounters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird. Like, only like as a kid, like I don't even know how old I was. I think I was still in elementary, but it was like one of those things where the girl was like, "Oh, what do you have?" I'm like, "Oh, I got a penis." She's like, "Oh, I got this," and then we would just show each other, and then it became like touching, and then I don't know what happened. One thing led to another. Her mom bagged, or I don't know, her sister snitched. I don't know what happened. Let's just say I never seen that girl ever again. She was wild. A young kid, you do explore that shit, and gotta make sure we teach our kids better.
Absolutely. The last thing you want is young pregnancy.
And you know what's funny? Back in the days,
you
it was
love
different.
Yourself a good old pregnancy. We don't need them. Right?
No, see how you see how this dumb mother, you see how this motherfucker try to flip a simple thing. Just try it one time in your life. Became now to seeking only pregnant women. Like,
it's funny to make fun of people. Tony.
That shit is ridiculous. Word. Don't always just talk about don't judge me. Don't judge me.
And,
it's
and
like,
you're
fuck
making
out
fun
of
of
here.
him for it right now.
I
think
never
it's
made
fair.
fun of him for fucking at 10 years old. This shit's wild.
Yeah.
10.
You said
Oh,
you're into
my
all that
bad,
weird
12.
shit, and I never said nothing. That's a judgment.
All the other weird
I
shit,
thought it
getting
was
pissed
awesome.
on. He was love getting pissed on. He said,
Yeah,
"That shit's
that's
wild."
fine. We
R.
should make
Kelly
fun
in
of
the
him
making
for it.
over here.
We should make fun of him for it. That's what friends are for.
I was getting what would only be called as water blasted or water sports.
Waterboarding.
No, waterboarding's different.
Should have got waterboard.
Getting splashed in your face and then it just
You
to
was
here
tasting
and
it?
there. Of course. You want to know what it tastes like.
Piss.
Yeah. I have a friend. Okay.
Who gets
Friend of
peed
the
on?
pod. I'm not gonna say his name. Maybe this story isn't for the public.
Yeah, but what
he
kind of
said-
shoes is he wearing?
He said, I don't know. He said he was with this girl that was squirt a lot, and he knew when it was gonna happen. And he said one day he just went for it. They were going, doing their thing. He saw that she was gonna squirt. He hopped off, put his whole mouth right on there, and he took the full squirt to his mouth, and then turned to the side and instantly just started throwing up profusely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that is a soldier. That is a soldier.
He's a powerful brother.
My brother in Christ.
Yeah, for sure.
My brother in Christ. I like this guy.
Let me ask you a question though. You ever ate it out while it's on its period?
No. I'm not into blood at all.
Have you
What
fucked
that-
while she's on
that-
her period?
Yes, and it is not appealing when you look down at your dick and there's all the chunky stuff on there, and it looked like you've been beating up some tuna, some real red tuna, and it just is
The
like,
rule is you do your business,
Don't look
then
down.
you walk to
Yeah,
the
you don't
shower.
look
Yeah.
You know
down.
when you go to the urinal and you never look up? That's the rule.
Yeah.
You never look down, you just look up the whole time. That's the rule. You do the business, then you go to the shower and you start washing yourself. You don't look down for quite a while.
For a
But then
while.
by the time you do, it's all gone.
So shower sex tends to be pretty disappointing, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
worst.
But if you're going to have period sex, the shower is probably the best.
I
place
don't
to
know.
do
Shower
so.
sex is fire. If you got a big
not-
enough shower, that shit
It's
is
not the
fire.
best lubricant water.
Who says use the water as a lubricant? I'm just saying.
You're in the
I mean,
shower.
you're in the shower. It's kind of hard for it not to be the lubricant.
Natural lubricant that goes on when you're aroused.
What do you think Doey was saying? That go in there and wash all the natural lubricant out and then
No,
just use the
I think
water?
he was
Is
saying
that
that
what
he
you think
just get
saying?
his dick wet and just insert automatically. You got to warm the shit up. Like it's just not a.
Even
Yeah, but the
warmed
water
up.
washes away, you know?
Each thrust, you're getting
Yeah.
cleansed
I
when
mean,
you're
I
going on
don't
the
think
out
you need to
thrust.
have the
The water
water.
gets
I don't,
in the mix.
I don't think you need to have the water running on you. You could be running, push it to the side or push
I
it
don't know what type of
downwards.
gigantic ass fucking shower you have, bro. I've
Tony
been in
goes to the
some
dry
tight-
corner. He goes to the dry corner of his shower to have sex.
His shower is 10 foot by 10 foot.
It's just ways. That shit's fire though. Either way.
That's cool. I'm glad you enjoy something different than us.
Also-
I think the shower sex tends to be way too cramped, and there's a lot of like trying to position yourself in a way, and it feels like a lot of work,
Don't have
not
shower.
a lot of payoff.
Don't have shower sex if you're fucking both full with soap, because that's a slippery fucking slope for disaster.
Oh, you don't want any soap anywhere near your
No, yeah,
urethra
that too.
either.
But I'm saying if the floor is soapy and your legs are soapy, trust me, you try to thrust, you're gonna slip and y'all gonna bust your fucking
I'm trying to
ass.
think of what kind of shower sex you've been having, bro.
I don't know
What
how
is-
you could be so soapy in the shower. Like,
No, I'm not saying I've been soapy. I'm saying don't be.
it sounds
Don't
like
do
you've
that.
learning you know this
You
from
learned
experience.
the hard
No,
way.
there's soap on the floor, and you could tell like you're slipping. Like try not to do that. Like rinse that shit out enough.
Also, use a mat. Use a shower mat. If you have like a slippery tub,
I don't got no shower,
Nah.
man. Fuck, I want
If
a
you're
shower
gonna
man
have
for.
shower sex, you need to wear the same shoes that the servers wear at the restaurant. Those Croc-looking shoes, the anti-slip.
yeah,
That's the safe shoes.
Yo.
That is ridiculous, yo.
get her the platform ones,
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
kind of sexy.
some platform Crocs? Is that what's
Yeah,
the conversation?
the girls have them. There's like Balenciaga versions. They're kind of hot.
I don't approve of calling any kind of Crocs hot.
Yeah, facts.
I didn't either until they put a platform on them, and for some reason, platforms just are very sexual to me, and I just think they're very hot. So,
Wait, what about those platform like chanclas?
I love them. I love them. You stick a platform on anything, and I'm just like, I'm into it.
See, I'm the complete opposite. When I see a platform, it looks so goofy to me that it's an instant turn off.
Yeah,
that if I see a woman with a platform, I'm like, oh, this is whack. Yeah. I have no idea why. I hate them so much.
That's crazy.
Strippers and platform, not that I love it. I get the function. You got to be up there. You got to be tall. You got to be presenting. You know what I'm saying? But you walking around like Mateo said, as he called it, the chancla. When I see that thick ass, and I'm like, oh, I see. You want to be taller. That's the only thought I have. And I'm like, all right, moving on.